This is Pick 6 presented by KFAN. I'm Tatum Everett, and it is the Vikings off season, but we're still answering your fan questions. The first one will be answered by Vikings head coach Kevin O'Connell. It's a question from Graham. He wants to know, in terms of the run game, what have you learned from your first year to year two? What do you hope to accomplish calling runs, and how do you plan on building our run game identity? Here's what KOC had to say.
Graham, that's a great question and one that we spent a lot of time on this offseason, diving into the run game. What really were the things that we did well, what things we could improve on, which there was quite a few things when you really pull back and look at the totality of our offense. So efficiency is a big thing. How many times can we call runs that are designed well, getting hats on hats, making sure we've got people blocked at the point of attack, and churning out positive yards. What's an efficient run? I would say 1st and 10, if we get 4 or more, that's an efficient run, and something that we're looking to be in those situations a little bit more. As a play caller, I love being able to have a 2nd and 5, 2nd and 4 with the whole playbook available, call back-to-back runs, try to churn out first downs without needing to drop back Kirk so much. And save those opportunities for the play pass and keeper and screen game that can come up. But great question, something we're always thinking about. Don't be shocked if you see Josh Oliver in there smashing some people on the edge, or C.J. Ham at fullback. I think our personnel variation combined with the versatility of our running back room will show up this year as well.
Thanks, Coach. The Vikings have plenty of room to improve after being ranked 28th in the league last season in the run game. However, Coach sounds confident they can do just that. Question number 2 is for Lewis Cine. The question is, how does it feel to finally be back on the field and being able to practice again? What are your thoughts on the new scheme Brian Flores has brought to this defense, Skull? We tracked down Lewis during mandatory minicamp to weigh in on this one.
I'm very excited to be back. Excited to, be a part of the defense, be a part of the locker room officially in terms of X's and O's. I'm stoked to be running, to be in Brian Flores' scheme. Just let you play, just ball out, and let it loose.
Lewis, we are also stoked to see you out there. It's really an exciting time for the defense, which brings us to our next question. T.R. Hertz asks, what will our defense do different this year about pressuring the opposing QBs compared to last year's defense? Let's go out to one of our defensive expert analysts, former Vikings linebacker Ben Lieber, to get his take.
All right, TR, my answer is going to be chaos. Chaos and confusion. That's what this whole thing's going to be about with Brian Flores. Looking back at last year, so many times, stagnant defense, too high safeties, didn't really roll around much, and it seemed pretty predictable. Well, this year is going to be quite the opposite. We're going to see a lot of movement up front with our front 7 pre-snap. You're going to see a lot of the old school Harrison Smith, where he starts maybe as a deep safety, comes all the way down to the line of scrimmage, or maybe he starts at the line of scrimmage and goes all the way back. Lewis Cine is going to have a big role in that as well. So you're going to see a lot of pre-snap movement in different spots that our players are going to be in, and that's going to cause the chaos and the confusion, and then we're going to roll in some blitzes and pressures from there. So it's going to be a lot for the offense to think about and try to block. So hopefully it all works out. Thanks a lot, TR.
Thanks, Ben. We always love your insight. One of the guys who's looking to step up in this year's defense is Josh Metellus, and he'll answer our next question. Juicebox Hero wants to know, which NFL legend Hall of Famer would you love to have a chance to play with or against? All right, Josh, it's a question from Josh. Take it away.
Hey, fellow Josh. Great question. I would have to say Paul Krause. His son-in-law sold me a house, and I always, we play the same position, so I always looked up to him. So it'd be good to, play on aside from him, on the other side. So yeah, I think Paul Krause would definitely be my NFL legend.
Well, that's a good one, Josh. Thanks for weighing in. It's now time to get to our 5th question of Pick 6, and this one is from King Squeaks III. He asks, what should fans expect from the wide receiver play behind Jefferson? Lots of KJ, lots of Addison, more of a rotation with the other guys. Vikings Entertainment Network's Gabe Henderson takes this one.
King Squeaks III, appreciate the question. That's a great question, understanding that Justin Jefferson, best wide receiver in the NFL, is going to be getting double coverage all year. That opens up plenty of opportunities for other guys, TJ, KJ, Jordan Addison, plenty of other guys to get opportunities. I remember last year, the Vikings were the first team in NFL history to have 4 receivers with 60-plus receptions. I believe this year, there will be 4 receivers with 70-plus receptions, including JJ, who I think will have 100. So a lot of opportunities, a lot of love for everyone involved for this Minnesota Vikings offense.
Thanks, Gabe. It really is one of the most loaded wide receiver rooms in the league, and I cannot wait to watch it come together. We're now at our final question, and it's from Russell. He actually wants to ask me the question. It says, for Tatum, what type of research and preparation do you complete when getting ready to interview someone? Well, Russell, it is really a great question because I don't know if anyone quite understands the amount of preparation that goes in to a lot of the answers, not only Pick 6 questions, but when we're in front of the players or we do shows, we do a lot of research. We're looking at stats, trends in the league, listening to plenty of press conferences, hearing other people's opinions, and also just listening to what exactly the players are saying. Sometimes you get the best things when you get to know the player through what they're saying and answering other people's questions. Then you can ask them to expand on it. But I really appreciate you posing me the question. Of course, we do a call for questions on Twitter. You can follow @Vikings or @Tatum Everett, and maybe your question submission will be on the next Pick 6.